Good afternoon, seniors. It's Friday, the 27th, and it's about 3:50. I wanted to spend a few minutes making this video for you versus typing an email to make it just a bit more personal. Um, I wanted to talk a little bit today about your senior year and unfortunately the multiple curveballs that you've been thrown. Um, I just, actually, I currently am watching and listening to the governor, kind of expecting maybe that he might say something with a little bit more details today regarding schools and the closure. But still, we received no word today regarding any extended closure to the school year. So as of now, as of today, the 27th, uh, Monday, the 6th of April, is the target date for us to be back in school and everything running smoothly as it can. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't take a moment to say that could change next week. I think the collective belief amongst school leaders across the state of Ohio, at least certainly in this region, this area, is that there will be some sort of extension. What that is and how long that is, um, obviously no one knows. The numbers today that I saw from Dr. Acton do look promising. I believe the projected numbers for COVID-19 in Ohio, at least with people being infected, was around 50,000. And the infected numbers right now, as of today, was right around 8,000. So the measures that have been in place for the last couple of weeks at least seem to have impacted the projected numbers. So while there is a huge difference between the projected 50,000 and the projected 8,000, 8,000 is still a hefty number. And so those numbers are projected for April. And so therefore, I don't think anybody would be surprised if there was some sort of extension to this school closure. So what does that mean for you? Well, it means we still don't know yet. I will tell you, as a school leader, as a person who loves the institution of education, these ceremonies that we have coming up between now and the end of the year are extremely important to me. I can also tell you that they're extremely important to Mr. Robinson, and I can tell you that they're extremely important to the senior class advisor, Ms. Lynn Love. Prom is important to me. It's a great memory I have from high school. It's a great memory I'm sure your parents have from their high school days. It's important to us. This video I'm providing to you isn't going to give you any answers. I'm not going to lie. But what I'm hoping that gives you is the knowledge that we have not forgot. While we have been really busy trying to figure out how to make this education thing work online and hopefully make it work as smooth as we possibly can, while we've been busy working on a whole lot of other issues that come along with this closure, we have been busy thinking about and worrying about our seniors. We've been worrying about you. It is on our mind. I know some other schools have come out and said that they're going to have graduation on this date if we're not allowed in May. Well, I'm not so certain if we're not allowed to have graduation in May, that they will allow a date in June as well. I'm not certain of that. I know a lot of families, a lot of parents take vacations in the summertime and may have already had some of those vacations planned. I'm not so certain we can go on vacation at this point in time. But if we can go on vacation, I'm not so certain what dates families will go on vacation, and if that may interfere with a potential date that could be set for graduation. I know people are off to the military, and I don't know if pushing back the graduation to a date, I don't know how fair that'll be to them. So there just is a lot of information that's not really set in solid yet for Mr. Robinson, myself, and Mrs. Love to sit down and really say, this is what we're doing, this is how we're going to do it. Because I don't want to say that and in a month from now find out that's wrong. I want to say that and have you and your family make plans, and in a month from now, 2 weeks from now, whatever it may be, find out it's wrong. We'd much rather wait to find out the information that we have and make a decision based on that information. Now, on the back end of all this waiting, on the flip side of that, we are brainstorming all sorts of ways these things can be done, given multitude of situations we may be in. So just because we're waiting for information from the governor doesn't mean we're not trying to plan for multitudes of different directions, because we are. We do have thoughts out there. We've thrown out a lot of different ideas, some probably very crazy and some probably very conservative. But we've thrown out a lot of different ideas, a lot of brainstorming ideas of how graduation could look potentially. But how it looks will really be based upon what the governor tells us in the upcoming weeks. So, does this clarify things for you? Probably not. Does this give you any direction? No, it doesn't. I know that. But what I do know is in the last 2 weeks, while all this has been going on, as busy as we've been doing lots of other things, I do know that I have not received phone calls from families and students asking what's happening with graduation. I received one email in the last 2 weeks regarding any activity going forward. And I know it's on your minds. I know it is. And so I want to thank you for giving us the room to do what we needed to do in the last 2 weeks, and for giving us the flexibility of being patient. This video really is, even though it doesn't have a lot of answers for you, is my way of kind of extending that back to you, my appreciation to you. My thanks and appreciation to both you and your families for allowing us to do what we need to do here and being patient with us. So just please know, all those worries you have are worries that we have too. All the angst that you have, we have that angst too. It's extremely important to you for graduation, your families, your mom and dad. It is. It's extremely important to myself and Mr. Robinson and Mrs. Love as well. So please know, while we don't have the answers right now, we are thinking about answers right now. While I can't give you any direction right now, we are planning multiple ways that directions could end up in the future. Your senior year is important to us, and we want to do what we can to make it as best as we can for you. Sports, again, I can't tell you what's happening. I sat in a meeting with Jerry Snodgrass and the OHSAA, and there were no answers regarding spring sports. As of yesterday, Thursday the 26th, all the winter sports tournaments were canceled. They were trying their best to hold on for as long as they could to play those out, but they have been canceled now too as well. So I feel bad for them too. I feel bad for that girls basketball team that was literally on the floor warming up for the state semifinals game, and they pulled them off the floor. I feel bad for them too. I feel bad for the wrestler who's worked so hard the last I don't know how many years and never got a chance to finish. Well, there's a lot of things that are happening right now that seem like it's just pretty unfair to the graduating class of 2020. Obviously, none of this was planned. I want you to know that as unfair as all that has been, at least here at Buckeye Central, administrative staff here at Buckeye Central, we're doing our best to be as fair as we can. Again, no directions right now. There's no answers right now. Just a sincere, heartfelt thank you to you and your families and your parents for giving us the space and the flexibility and the patience right now. But also a sincere, we haven't forgot about you, and we're thinking about all of this. Hopefully next week I have more information and I can provide better answers and I can take more concrete steps. But until then, keep on keeping on, or in today's world, keep on logging on. Keep on logging on to your classes. Keep on doing your schoolwork. Keep on doing all those things. Keep on being engaged in school. And keep the faith and keep the hope. Because he hasn't extended the school closure as of yet. So keep the faith, keep the hope. Take care.